Hey guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So today I'm going to be doing another prompt from the Seasons of the Witch. And that is Woodshed. No. It's the next one after that. Useful Broom. Now, the Useful Broom is the best way to clear this old wood forever. And this is the wood, I believe, that we're talking about from the reading that we did on the woodshed, the last prompt that we did on the full moon. And I have my right up here, and my right up here, my release letter. But I'm moving on to do the Useful Broom now. So I'm going to be doing just a 3-card spread, not even a spread, just a story, okay? Let the cards talk to me. And then I'm going to draw one oracle card. And then I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is create a magical house wash to cleanse. But we'll get into that in a second. So let me just turn these lights on. Okay. So the best way to clear this old wood forever is the best way to sorry, I had to scratch my nose. All right. Show me a story. It doesn't have to be 3 cards. It can just be wow. How fitting. Okay, so if you remember right, my last reading was really about, let me make sure that that's, my last reading was really about my distrust of others when it has to do with like my business and the things that I am doing, like my skill building, stuff like that. And the 2 of Cups actually even came up, right? So for me, the best way to clear this old wood forever, right in this story, is just having inner strength to know that if somebody has ill intentions for me in a partnership that I am doing that has to do with my work, that they're going to reap the rewards of their treachery, and that divine justice will come into, to the fold, and that I am protected and not to worry about it. So that's, right out of the gate, that's exactly the message that I got for it. Just to have trust and inner strength in those relationships, those partnerships, and not worry about it because divine justice, right? Everything, and maybe it's part of my higher learning. So I just have to have faith that all is going to be okay, right? Now, I want to draw one card from The Witch Woman in Total Control. That just seemed really appropriate, by Angie Solins and Silas Tobal. And see what advice, come on, let me move these aside. These will go into my journal. Advice about permanently washing this wood. Keeping this wood clean forever. I'm going to take the top one. The Devouring Mother. Like Medusa, the Devouring Mother is the part of our psyche that can turn our enthusiasm and bravery to stone. She is the embodiment of non-enoughness, the soul of lack, who says your gifts and talents will never be enough. Your ideas and plans are a waste of time and won't amount to anything. Like an intimidating parent or a disapproving school teacher, all she has to do is cast a glance at your creative spark with a disapproving stare and you shrink. Convinced you'll never be enough, so you hide your gifts, or worse, refuse to develop them. Suffer her gaze too long and your creativity turns to stone, paralyzed by fear. Yeah. She is also the part of the psyche that threatens that you'll never have enough. Money or time or family or romance or love or health or friendship. Her gaze discounts all that we are focusing solely on what we don't have. She will encourage you to compare yourself to others, ensuring your misery in the process. So a witch knows the only way to defeat the devouring mother is to turn her stare back on herself. When we gaze at ourselves through the lens of original innocence, wow. Remembering that the last card that I got was about being the innocence, remember? Holding the truth that we can do, be, or have anything we want, we turn her paralytic gaze back on her. You are, at your core, deserving of every good and lovely thing, not because of your talent or contributions, but by right of your beingness. Heal your traumas. Seek out therapeutic support. Now is the time to insist on a loving, supportive gaze at your life. And if you cannot manage it on your own, do what it takes to get help. Only love can defeat fear. And you are the one responsible for how you view your inherent worth and the creativity that springs from it. Absolutely. Gosh, I just got done writing about that. I do agree that the only reason that my distrust of others even has a hold on me is because somewhere down inside of me, I must feel like I'm not good enough, or that that what I say doesn't matter. The things that I create doesn't matter. They're not good enough. People don't like them. And that's just fear-based. That's really not the case. The things that I have done over my life prove that that's not the case. But when you have this underlining, trauma or wounding from always feeling like, you haven't done enough in order to please those around you or please yourself, because you have such high standards of yourself, or your need for perfectionism, that, because I do feel like I am my own worst critic. So maybe in my mind, I am my own worst critic and feel like the people that are around me, I can't trust them because I don't trust myself, right? Maybe that's what it's all about. And not to let this stare of my own disapproving stare really cause me problems. You know what I mean? I have to be kinder to myself, as kind and as supportive of my own stuff as I am of other people's, because I'm extremely supportive of other people and their creative works. But up until just recently, I have not been as loving and supportive of my own work, because I just don't want to, bombard people, because I think we go in phases. You know what I mean? After coming out of a tower year for me, I was just talking with a friend about this. After coming out of a tower year, and it was a tower year, several months of not being able to do anything, in some cases, not even be able to do the basic things for myself without help from other people. It really puts things into perspective. And after I started walking again, man, bam, I was just doing thing after thing after thing. And I've still got several creative projects that are in the works. So I am the hardest on myself, and I expect more of my own perfection than I do of anybody else. You know what I mean? So I just need to just cleanse myself, love myself enough to say, I am enough, you know? And I do that, but when they're deep wounds, it's something that you got to keep on, almost like a scab, and keep picking at it. You know what I mean? You got to keep working at it. And that's what I feel like I have to do, is just keep on working at it. So that was that. Now let me show you what I plan on doing. Okay, so this is pretty much my setup. This is my desk area. And I got stuff everywhere. I got stuff everywhere. My room is a clutter. I mean, I love it though. It's my witchy clutter, you know. It's like my witchy den. But because of the nature of the work that I'm doing, I feel like if I'm going to clean any room spiritually, it's this room that I need to be cleaning. Because this is like having to do with my work, right? So, although my room's not really that bad, but spiritually, I want to cleanse it. So, just showing you everything. There's like little nooks and crannies in here. In my apothecary. And just, so I've got, sorry, I don't want to move too fast. This is Florida water. You know, I've talked about possibly making my own Florida water. And when I started looking at recipes and stuff like that, I'm like, why am I going to do that? I really love Florida water. So I usually buy like 2 bottles of it. And it fills up one of these, right? I love the smell of Florida water. I feel like I don't need to reinvent the wheel. So in this situation, I'm just going to use that, not necessarily just to clean all my surfaces, which I'm going to do that too, but I'm going to use it to just like so. Sorry, these are my, there, it's a little better. Those are the lights that I use when I'm filming. But I'm just going to take this and just really just clean the air, you know? All of my spots, my witch's hat, just pretty much everywhere. That's a beautiful thing about a spray, right? Sorry. This is where I house all of my empty boxes. I keep them just in case. And I'm telling you, I love my shelves. Don't get me wrong. I love them very much. But it is very obvious to me that it is time to start going through some of my stuff. I mean, I do have room. I can take all that stuff downstairs and all that downstairs and all that downstairs and that downstairs, right? And then it would give me like 4 more shelves for tarot, but because I've still got all the tarot over there too. Doggy bed for the boys. But I want to start clearing some of this stuff out. You know? I got stuff everywhere. And I got room. I could put stuff up here, which I might. But it's starting to feel crowded in here. So emptying some of this, it's like mental chatter. So starting the new year, I am probably going to go through and start doing like shopping my shelves. I've talked about doing this before, like shopping my own shelves and deciding what I want to keep and what I want to pass along, right? So I might do like a mass exodus of quite a few of my decks that I just honestly never reach for. That's going to be really difficult for me because I love my stuff. I do. But it's becoming a bit too much. So that's pretty much all I'm going to going to share with this one is just I plan to go through the entire room. My floors really need it the worst, the vacuuming and stuff from the dog hair. But just go through and cleanse everything. Cleanse, you know, this room spiritually. I'm going to smoke it, meaning probably some rosemary or some of the thyme that I actually grew myself and bundled up. So I've got sage that I actually grew myself and bundled up also. And that's the rosemary that I grew and bundled up. Over there is the thyme that's hanging that I got to use. It's just hard. That's something I got to do more in the spring or when it's not too cold, because I got to leave the doors open, you know, and the windows open in order to kind of air it out in here. But anyways, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I hope you have enjoyed this little peek into my psyche and into my inner workings of what I think I'm going to be doing to clear away, you know, old unwanted stuff, clean, you know. This is a constant thing, but you know, I do love having all the shelves and having all of my decks out and available for me to use, right? I don't have purgatory boxes. I don't have any of those things. Not that those are bad ideas, not at all, but I don't have any of those things. So Cornelius looking over. So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for spending this time with me. And Tony, thank you so much for creating such a wonderful hashtag and, I mean, total witchy community event for those who really want to participate. And I'm sending you love always. Thank you.